Golf Central on YouTube is brought to you by the new Chrome Tour golf ball from Callaway.
Soft landing in the middle of hard winter. Plantation course at Kapalua on Maui. It's part of the allure of this sport at the highest level. Not simply the great players, but the exotic locales. Opening day, 2024 PGA Tour season. It's round one of the Sentry, and it is the 26-year-old from California, Sahith Theegala, who broke through for his first win in September in California wine country at the Fortinet, with 9 under 64, being chased by a whole host of outstanding players, including the FedEx Cup champion Viktor Hovland. And there's world number one Scottie Scheffler right there at 7 under, with Schauffele, who won here in 2019, Jordan Spieth, who won here in 2016, Rich Lerner with Brandel Chamblee. So you see some of those names. I'm talking about Spieth and Scottie Scheffler. Patrick Cantlay is hanging around. Raises the question, next dominant American player.
Sustained level of dominance is what, I mean, to have a year, a run of 2 or 3 years, but I'm talking about a Tom Watson, not named Tiger Woods, right? You go a sustained level of dominance from an American player not named Tiger. Tiger took it to a level we'll never see again. We've never seen it before in terms of dominance.
You're not talking 5, like Spieth won 5 in 15, Thomas won 5 in 2017. You're talking more than 1 year, and maybe even more than 5 wins.
Those were great years, no doubt about it. But I'm talking about a sustained level of dominance like Tom Watson from 77 to 83. In 1980, Tom Watson won 7 times. It was 5 times in 77, 5 times 78, 5 times 79, 7 times in 80. I mean, you're racking them up. Johnny Miller, he won, 8 times in 74. Tiger Woods, 9 times, 8 times, whatever. It doesn't happen that often. To do it, you've got to have everything. You can't just hang your hat on one particular aspect of the game. I think it speaks a lot to Scottie Scheffler's level of talent. As far as I can remember, he's the only person that ever got Player of the Year, as long as I've been playing and watching, where everybody thought it was a disappointing year, where everybody thought, what could have been? If only he would have made a few putts, what he might have done. I think that speaks to his extraordinary consistency and potential going forward, because if he finds it on the greens, what he might do. But I think, to Rich, to your point, I think there's a couple of players. Patrick Cantlay has the potential.
You think Cantlay has potential to be dominant? I think, look, he's superb putting club on ball, but I question, at least to this point, does he have that it factor, that intangible that the greats have? I haven't. I've seen it in spots. He won a FedEx Cup.
Yeah, I get it. But would you have said Tom Watson had the it factor in 71, 72, 73, 74? Okay, he won a major in 75, 76. Would you have said he had the it factor? But he had the requisite skills and the necessary panache in the tough spots. Patrick Cantlay is an extraordinary player until he gets to majors, and then by his level, he's an average player. Maybe he finds it. Xander Schauffele, conversely, seems to play his best golf in the biggest events, but he hadn't cashed in yet. I look at those two players and say there's potential there. But to me, it's Scottie Scheffler and it's Collin Morikawa. Collin Morikawa. They're number 1 and number 2 in strokes gained approach last year. Collin was second. Collin, over the last 4 years, has been the best. That is the easiest way to separate yourself. Scottie doesn't struggle around the greens. Collin kind of does. So he's got 2, and I'm not going to call them demons, but let's just call them annoyances around and on the greens.
Weakness. Relative weakness.
Yeah. They hold him back just a little bit. But if he can find some sustained level of form around and on the greens, he could go on an incredible run. I look at either of those players and I think, could they go have, I know this is crazy to sort of speak to these numbers, but I'm talking 25 to 35 wins, 4 or 5 major championships. If they had a sustained level of dominance for 4 or 5 years, Collin Morikawa, Scottie Scheffler, they could get there.
A couple of guys I'm thinking about, Jordan Spieth and Justin Thomas. They touched greatness. Spieth 2015 through 2017, Justin Thomas beginning in 2017 through sort of 21, 22, thereabouts. Both hit rough patches, slumps, both 30 years old. Can they get a second crack at it and get going again?
Yeah, absolutely. It's more likely with Justin Thomas because Jordan Spieth now
they have the it factor, I think.
They absolutely have the it factor, but unfortunately, Jordan Spieth's golf swing is not what it used to be, and it's now 6-7 years where it's still fine, it's still good, but it was great.
Yeah,
it was great. 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
You did a breakdown on it, showing the difference between his swing now and his swing then. And I could hear the disappointment in your voice because I know how much you love what he's about.
I think I'm a golf fan at heart. It's fun to do this job. I'm a golf fan. I get to talk about golf. And what I was looking at was somebody who was just on the fast track to one of the greatest careers of all time. Basically speaking, he just let the club open up where the toe was up, sort of at club shaft parallel to the ground. And then at the top, it hung nicely with a nice soft, sort of soft cup, neutral position at the top with his left wrist. Now he takes the club back shut, bowed left wrist, and the face is shut at the top. Of course, people play great golf like that. Loads, okay? But they're strong grip, shut-faced blockers, rotator and blockers. That's Dustin Johnson. It comes to mind. Arnold Palmer played like that. But that's not how Jordan Spieth played his best golf. And he has in no way, shape, or form hit a golf ball the way he used to. And he's been 5-6 years with his golf swing. I think he did this in an effort to gain speed, which he has. He's gained speed, but at the huge cost of consistency, brilliancy even. Justin Thomas, look, I look at that 2023. If you remember, Tiger Woods only won one time in 1998. He had a down year. He had a down year in 2004. Even the best of players, it took Nicklaus a long time to have a down year.
Yeah, but between 2000 and 2003, he had like 3 careers worth of victories.
He did.
Worth of Hall of Fame victories.
But if even the best players can have a down year, Phil Mickelson, 2003. Yeah. He came back, in wild form in 2004. Had one of the best years ever. So you look at Justin Thomas and you think, he posted today, I'm grinding away so that I'm not watching the Sentry on the couch next year. So it wouldn't surprise me if he came back.
I'll give you one more here. I think Scheffler's the guy, the way it looks right now, recency bias, who could be dominant, make a few more putts, easy to see. You've done all the detailed statistical analysis on that. Ball striking as good as Tiger in 2000 and 2006, 2007. Those
right there.
Tiger just putted better than and won more as a consequence. But if you ask me for the American that I would pick to win a major right now, it might not be Scheffler, as good as he is. It might be Brooks Koepka.
Well, yeah. We're remiss when we're not talking about Brooks Koepka. I miss him. Look, I wish Brooks was playing more. I wish John Rahm was playing. I really do. Brooks Koepka is, he's in one way he's an analyst's dream, and another he's a nightmare.
Why is that?
Well, because he's one player, and he's nowhere near the player he is in majors in regular tournaments. He can do the hardest thing to do in golf, which is turn his game up when he needs to at major championships. He really does turn into Superman. I look forward to major championships when he shows up because he's a completely different player. Patrick Cantlay's almost the reverse of that. And Patrick Cantlay needs to find some form in the majors this year.
All right, round 2 of the Sentry. It's 6 o'clock Eastern time on Golf Channel. And then pregame, we're with you along with Eamon Lynch at 4 o'clock. Hope to see you on Friday.